Hello, everyone. It's your boy Josh Ox,
It's your boy Tay.
and we back again with another review, A Night of the Seven Kingdoms, Episode 2, which came out, Sunday, January the 25th.
Yep.
So, we a few days behind. We watched it. I let Tay go first. Anything. It was, my opinion, it was just a filler episode, but hey, he's, he's his
Yeah.
own.
I
But,
mean, yeah. It just fits into the what's going on right now.
mm,
Let's go with the title first. I guess it was titled "Hard Salt Beef." So I mean, I guess it's like just playing word play with that. I guess. Um, I mean, some of the highlights were just seeing Dunk, Dunk getting he facing repeated pretty much rejections from lords, like Tyron,
mhm.
Hayford, um Flor I say Florent, you know, um, you know, which a lot of them didn't remember his mentor who he buried in episode one, and they, pretty much, it turned into pretty much desperation by him trying to get a pretty much try to get a sponsor for him to get into the tournament, the Ashford
Yes.
tournament. Um,
Mhm.
Also, another highlight of it was that he had to sell one of his horses, Sweetfoot, and a heartbreaking scene. Like it was a heartbreaking scene of how he had to do it. Um, and then him. Uh, I guess if you want to say it's like a partial, um, you know, uh, agreements or some type of partial like
Mhm.
agreement with the Targaryens, vouching for him despite, his patchwork with his armor, the lack of his witnesses, people actually knowing that his mentor was a knight, that whole thing.
Mhm.
Um, but he ended up getting a Targaryen, but who is still in power at the time that remember his mentor to actually vouch for him. That was a good thing, but also a bad thing because it looked like that's going to be the start. This whole like thing with him and one of the Targaryen, just one of the Targaryen sons or whatever the case may be. Um, yeah, and then Egg being Egg. you know,
Yeah. He's starting to become one of my favorite characters.
yeah,
He's starting to
yeah,
become one.
yeah. But the chemistry between Dunk and him is actually making like a lot more sense now. Why
Mhm.
he is like like I said, one of the most favorite characters of the Game of Thrones like saga. He loved fishing, which we find out officially that he loves fishing. Uh, Still the secret still has not been out yet that he is in the family that is technically sponsoring Dunk. But
Mhm.
yeah, it's a lot. It was a filler, but it was a lot of highlights more than, and it was short. I ain't gonna
Yeah.
lie. The only con
Yeah.
I
The
got,
only
it was
con it was like
short.
30. It was like 32 minutes, 33 minutes. Probably it was 33 minutes
Yeah,
and some change. Because when I watched, I was like, "That's it," and it just the credits came on. I was like, "Oh well, I guess
yeah,
that's it." But like I said, it was a filler episode. He was going rejection. He sold his horse. The funny part was when he was trying to flirt with the girl that was
with the
doing the
girl.
tricks. That was
Yeah,
pretty. And Egg just told him, yeah, you low key fumble. Like,
yeah, yeah,
but that was the only high. Well, yeah, that's pretty much it. Him going through rejection, trying to get sponsored. You pretty much summed up the episode. It was only 30 minutes, so it wasn't too
yeah.
much revealing of this episode.
But it is dope to see that they actually
Hmm.
have all the houses,
Hmm.
including Hightower, participating in the jokes because of the fact that it was literally a kingdom's
Hmm.
tournament. So every house had a knight participating in it.
To represent.
Only
Yeah,
thing, to represent.
But well, they did have a small feature of the, the festivities, the battles. So that was probably like another highlight that we probably didn't touch on. Like we saw a little bit of that.
Yeah, especially because that was more towards the end when they actually showed the battles and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Yeah, that was like at the end. But other than that, it was we pretty much summed up the episode, and we discussed some spoilers, but that was pretty much episode 2 in a nutshell.
Yeah, and like you said, it's like I was hoping that Duncan had to go the desperation route to prove that he's a knight, but he kind of was like in the back corner, like he had to be forced into that corner because he's trying to get into this like he's literally genuinely trying to get into this tournament, and he needed a pretty much a king or a house to actually vouch for him to say that
or
not
Lord,
only is he
or
Lord,
Lord, Lord, to get him.
Yeah, because it looked like the only one that's really still that's kind of like keeping him in under his wing, pretty much, is the Baratheons. Like he's the only pretty one that's kind of like still keeping him around, pretty much.
Hey, what about the scene when your boy Egg was on the little? He was in a tug of war. Yo, man, just put his whole body. That was pretty funny. That was pretty funny. Egg was trying his best, man. He was getting A. I give him A for effort.
Yeah, that was crazy. Like we said, the jolts, the night jolts, that was a great,
that was a great scene.
Yeah, that was a great scene. Seeing Egg get hyped, seeing Dunk actually seeing how that,
the tournament goes.
He sees it, but he also kind of like had a panic attack on as well, with that whole thing. Like his heavy breathing, he's muffling his words a little bit. It was, dude walking around, biting off a fish head right before the jolts. It was a lot. But overall, it was a good episode, good filler episode for episode 2. Like I said,
it was decent.
Yeah.
Do you want to give it a rating?
Not really, because it was too short. To be honest with you, I'll just say it wasn't really.
I would say it was a solid episode. I wouldn't say good. I'd say it was solid. It was a solid episode.
It was a solid.
Too quick. You probably could blink and it'd be over. But I'm exaggerating that part. But it was like 33 minutes, maybe 33 minutes if you count the
maybe.
But maybe 33 minutes if you don't count the credits. But we're gonna say 33. It was like 33 minutes and some change. But I think we're gonna end it here. I want to thank everybody for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe. It was a short episode, so it was really nothing in depth. We probably could have did a freeze frame and said, "Hey, this spot," but it wasn't really. It wasn't really nothing. Really.
It was just a continuation from episode 1, just shorter. That's all it was. But
be honest, truthfully, they probably could have combined 1 and 2 together and just made it the first episode. But we're not going to talk about that. But, hey, but yeah. So, all right. Thanks for watching. Peace and hair grease.
Peace and love, y'all. Comment below, too.